Adapt leadership style to team needs. What works well? Es bueno. Leadership is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Situational leadership is a flexible method that adapts to the needs of the team and the task at hand, offering a proven way to lead effectively. It recognizes that no single leadership style works in every situation. A good leader assesses their team's maturity, experience, and the complexity of a situation, then adjusts their approach, whether by being more directive, coaching, supportive, or delegating. Here's how situational leadership breaks down. Directive, telling. When team members are inexperienced or new to a task, they need clear, specific instructions and close supervision. In high stakes or complex situations, this approach ensures quality and control. Coaching, selling. When team members are somewhat capable but still need guidance and motivation, leaders explain their decisions and encourage two-way communication. This builds confidence and capability over time. Supportive, participating. For more experienced team members who might lack confidence or motivation, a supportive style works best. This involves sharing decision-making and offering emotional support to boost morale and commitment. Delegating. When team members are fully capable and confident, delegating responsibility for decision-making and execution gives them autonomy, fostering growth and accountability. The situational leadership model was developed by Dr. Paul Hersey and Ken Blanchard in the late 1960s. Initially introduced in Hersey's Management of Organizational Behavior, the model emphasizes that there is no single best leadership style. Effective leadership is about adapting one's style to the competence and commitment level of team members in any given situation. By understanding and adapting these leadership styles, leaders can unlock their team's potential. Adjusting your leadership style to the unique needs of each team member isn't about being flexible just for the sake of it. It's about empowering your team to deliver their best. Real-world experience. Before the turn of the 21st century, when I first got promoted to manager, I took a course on situational leadership as part of my bachelor's degree capstone project. The Chief Operating Officer, COO, at the time not only reviewed my paper but helped me refine it and gain a better understanding of how to apply it in practice. This experience was transformative. It deepened my view of how effective leaders adapt their style to fit both the situation and the individual. I learned to shift between directing, coaching, supporting, and delegating, depending on where my team members were in their development. Adapting as a leader doesn't mean losing your identity. It means enhancing it. Shifting gears allowed me to unlock the potential of my teams in ways that a rigid leadership style never could. I've had moments where stepping back and letting someone else lead was exactly what they needed to grow. And in doing so, the entire team became more cohesive, more confident, and ultimately more resilient. I learned from trial and error that true leadership isn't about uniformity. It's about flexibility, empathy, and the willingness to evolve so that everyone can succeed. This realization transformed not only how I lead, but also how my teams perform. Together, we became unstoppable. What does not work so well? No bueno. Rigid leadership styles don't just limit your effectiveness, they limit your team's potential. I've seen firsthand how a one-size-fits-all mentality leads to frustration, disengagement, and underperformance. Leaders who fail to adjust their style for their team members' needs create environments where people feel undervalued and stuck. I have been on the receiving end of the following. Directive style, forced on experienced individuals. When a leader uses the directive approach with someone who is fully capable, it feels suffocating. It signals a lack of trust in their competence, causing resentment and disengagement. I have been in this position, where micromanagement made me feel undervalued, pushing me to update my resume. Overcoaching, when mastery is achieved. Being overcoached when I already had the skills made me feel patronized. It's exhausting when leaders don't recognize your expertise and still feel the need to guide you through every step. This undermines confidence and wastes both time and energy. Excessive support when not needed. When someone is performing at a high level and receives too much support, it can feel like their abilities are not being recognized. Leaders who offer too much handholding create a sense of dependency, even when team members are ready for more responsibility. Lack of delegation. When leaders refuse to delegate to capable individuals, it's demoralizing. It sends a clear message that you aren't trusted to take ownership. I've experienced this. And the frustration that builds when your growth is stunted by a leader who holds too tightly to control is enough to make anyone consider moving on. Each of these missteps signals inflexibility and a lack of understanding of how to lead. When leaders force a single approach on everyone, especially when there is no alignment on where team members are in their career journey, it not only hinders performance, but also drives talented people away. Leadership that doesn't adapt fails to bring out the best in the team and wear away trust, making it hard to stay motivated in such environments. Adaptability isn't a weakness in leadership, it's a strength. By adjusting your leadership style to the individual needs of your team, you create an environment where people feel seen, supported, and empowered to deliver their best work. It's not about bending to every whim, it's about understanding how different personalities and working styles require different approaches. When leaders adapt, teams flourish. You build trust, foster growth, and create a culture where everyone's potential is maximized. As I reflect on my leadership journey, I can't help but think of What's Up by Four Non-Blondes. The song captures the frustration and introspection of trying to figure out what's really going on, particularly with corporate leaders who hold the title but rarely practice true leadership. Just like the lyrics, and I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. There's a rawness to the realization that something needs to change. For me, that change came when I understood that leading isn't about treating everyone the same. It's about treating people accordingly. It's about seeing each person for who they are and what they need, and adjusting your leadership to help them flourish. This concludes Chapter 19. Please proceed to Chapter 20. Feedback as fuel, creating a continuous culture of improvement.